All right, coming up on today's episode, we have our Thanksgiving recap, our Liam's facts, our top 5 Christmas desserts, our fight scene, and our jokes. So make sure you like, subscribe, get ready for the show, everybody. All right, welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is True Talk with TRUMOTION, where a couple of guys talk about make the world a better place. Hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host, Tony.
What's up, guys?
All right, well, you're just telling me you got a story. So let's hear the story.
It's not happy fun story time. So, again, I hate to bring this up and just be like, oh, my life is so sad. But if you do know the story, you'd be like, damn, boy.
Life was sad for a minute.
How'd you wake up every day for a long period of time? And so for many years, I had been energy drink free.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite literally getting off of energy drinks was rough.
Yeah, it's a form of addiction.
Yeah. And I was straight up balls deep in it.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh yeah, you have 1 or 2 energy drinks a day, who cares? Oh, it's fine. I was doing 3, and that was a constant 3. And it was back when I don't think there was as much regulation in it.
No.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah, they didn't have, it was basically like cocaine almost.
It was jet fuel.
Yeah.
I actually was told by the cardiologist there was kind of an impromptu intervention that I had with a cardiologist, a cardiothoracic surgeon, several, cardiothoracic nurses and stuff like that. My ex was there. And we were talking about energy drinks, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I was being devil's advocate because it's what I do.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things, certain points of view that I'm just as long as things are in moderation, does it really matter?
Yeah, 3 a day is not really moderation, though.
Oh, no, because we were talking about that, and this, both the cardiologist and the CT surgeon, which those are the people that do the surgery on the heart, valve replacement, any other type of ablations and everything else that have to happen. And so they were saying with caffeine, it does increase the pressures inside of the heart. That does wear down the valves. They don't really know how that's going to, deal with the arteries and everything else and the buildup and how it's going to the elasticity of the arteries. So we're just kind of talking about that. And I was like, dude, they're totally fine. People have been drinking caffeine for centuries and we've been totally fine. And they're not in this quantity. I'm like, it's really not that bad, and then,
yeah,
this, and I've been in enough debates that, you can feel when someone's loading the gun. And you can hear it in the question.
Yeah, they pull back the hammer.
and the guy's like, oh, yeah, so you drink energy drinks, and that's the first slug to go in.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, and I'm not going to, lie about it. Oh, okay, cool. So, do you know how much caffeine is in the energy drinks that you consume? Because, previously, it wasn't, actually, expressly written on the can.
Yeah.
It was this is an energy drink, blah, blah, blah. I remember Red Bulls back in the day. Everyone's like, oh, Red Bull, it gives you, it only had 80 milligrams of caffeine.
It still only does. It's like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's the low-hanging fruit in the energy drink world.
Yeah, but it was was the one that blew the doors open on it. So he looked at me and says, do you know how much caffeine is in one of your energy drinks? And at this point, he's quickly loading the slugs into the shotgun. No, he's going to level that thing straight at my head, metaphorically. And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, oh, good. Okay. So how many milligrams of caffeine are in a can? I was like, 344. And he looked at me and says, what? I said, yeah, 344 milligrams of caffeine a can. He's like, you okay? So, you're like, you have like what, one a day? And I kind of laughed. I said, no, I have 3.
That's a lot.
And then the cardiologist looked at me straight up and said, I think cocaine is cheaper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're probably right. You're probably right. But after, like, of course, going through withdrawal was, it's one of the things that I'm kind of concerned about now, just because of, it's like, I don't drink. I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I've got caffeine right now. Just give me that one vice until I can get my life back together.
Yeah.
For those of you who know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my one thing. But yeah, when I got off, like right after that intervention, everybody's just like, oh my gosh, blah blah blah. It's like it's over that's a gram of caffeine a day. A day.
That's a lot.
And I'm like, yeah, it's a gram of caffeine a day. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't do cocaine. I just like the way it smells.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody does.
It's
just powdered sugar.
It's just powdered, booger sugar.
Yeah.
But and of course I was, arrogant and everything else. I was like, I can quit at any time. Like, the caffeine doesn't hold me. I hold the caffeine.
Yeah, that doesn't hold me hostage.
Right.
I'm in charge.
Right. And then, like, freaking, and this should have been a sign, but like right when I said that, like a magician's assistant, poof, showed up right next to me was my ex, and she looked at me and she says, all right, Kung Fu man, then quit. And again, I should have known this back then. It was just, her lovely way of trying to control everything in her life. I was like, fine, I'll quit right now. I'm done.
I can do that.
I can do that.
And tell me what to do.
I quit cold turkey.
Yep.
Over a gram a day. And when people, like, it was funny because people would be like, oh, are you tired? Oh, did you have headaches? And I'm like, if those were the only 2 things that I had, I would have been a happy man.
Yeah, you had like the body aches and the sweats.
Dude, I burned from head to toe.
Yeah.
Like, and then people like that, like when I explain it to them, they're just like, what do you mean? Like, my joints felt like I had like a 2nd-degree sunburn in every single one of my joints.
Yeah.
For 30 days. Dude, it sucked.
Yeah.
It to this day, I still like. I remember it, and it's funny because I have a cousin of mine, been through rehab 4 times, and like the 4th time, and it was right about his 4th time was after I finished, like really kind of kicking the whole, energy drink, habit and everything else, and he and I were talking, and I was like, dude, I said, I really I look up to you, man, like, A, recognizing that you've got a problem is huge. B, doing something about it is great. The fact that you went and did it 4 times in order to make it stick. Dude, like, how many people just go through it once? It didn't work for me, and I guess this is just who I am.
Yeah.
I said, I don't even know what that's like to do hard drugs and be addicted to that stuff. I mean, all I did was, like, freaking caffeine, and it's, like, readily available and not socially, shunned upon or anything else like that. I said, but dude, like, I had it bad.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like looked at me. He's like, yeah. Like, well, I mean, what was it? I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it was like controlling my life or anything else. And he said something, and it was odd because the instant he said it, I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But I kind of like was like, no, that's not what he means.
It's different.
Oh yeah. But he looked at me and he says, so do you still do it? I'm like, no, like I don't drink energy drinks. He says, that's not what I'm talking about. And the instant he said that, I knew what he was talking about. And I looked at him and I said, do you still do it too? And he says, yeah. I'm like, where do you do yours? And he said, there's a corner that I used to score from. And he says, and I'll get in my car. And he says, when I'm having a bad day, I'll say, I'll drive down to that road. No one's there. He says, and I'll just sit and I'll look at that corner from the road. I'll park my car and I just kind of sit there and I stare at it. And he looked at me and he says, where do you do yours? And I said, in the grocery store. I said, I would stand there at the energy drink aisle, like in the cooler section. And I said, and I would just stare at it.
Yeah.
And I said, it would be the weirdest thing because I would be there and I'm like, I don't know, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I standing here and staring at this, looking at this, and like, what is going on? You know, my wife at the time would just say, like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, you're not going to get one, right? I'm like, well, yeah, but
doesn't mean I can't look at them.
There was this weird draw to it. And he's like, he just chuckled. And he says, dude, you were a straight up addict.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? He says, oh, yeah. He says, all of that is addict behavior.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
It's funny. Everybody always assumes addict means like drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex.
Yeah.
Like
vices.
Yeah. Like everything like that. Everybody always assumes that, oh, that's the only way you can become an addict.
Right.
No. You could be a food addict. You could be a sugar addict. You could be a caffeine addict. You can be a workout addict. Even quote unquote healthy things you can abuse, and now they don't become healthy things anymore.
Right. Well, and one thing that I learned, part of me is really grateful that I went through that, even though like as hard as it was to come off and everything, because it gave me a new perspective. You know, not having ever been, addicted to hardcore drugs or anything else. You kind of, the way that the media portrays it, the media gets so many things wrong.
Yeah.
So many things wrong. And you're just like, really, guys? Like, come on. Can you get it right for once? Like, talk to somebody who's an addict.
Yeah.
You know, medical shows. Maybe you should, I don't know, hire an ER doctor to show you what an ER is really going to be like, and take your actors through like basic, basic training skills and stuff like that, so they don't look like freaking morons when you get on the screen.
Yeah,
because everybody who's in the medical field is going to look at you and be like, you're an idiot. And I kind of feel the same way about addicts. Is that I think that there's, and again, I know there's all sorts of different, stages of addiction.
Yeah,
but. Like I was always kind of like shown that, like, if you're an addict, that means like you have this uncontrollable urge, like almost like you get possessed and taken over by this monster that I have to, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized was my addiction wasn't because something was taking me over in order to, I had to have that, because if I didn't, like, my whole entire life would fall apart or whatever.
No.
I just liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the energy that I had, and I could always dial it up.
You like the way it makes you feel.
100%.
And that's the biggest thing. Like, Jason Mewes, right?
Yeah.
From
yeah.
Bob. They started a podcast years ago.
Yeah.
And it was basically
with him and Kevin Smith.
Yeah. And it was effectively a real-time intervention where they would come on weekly, and that was their way of keeping Jay sober.
Yes.
And he would talk about stories. And he goes, I would wake up every day and plan my entire day around getting whatever he was addicted to, because of the way it made him feel, and he wanted to constantly feel that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people abuse like drugs and alcohol so they don't feel the sadness, the hurt, the pain that everyday life affords them. So they want to escape into that world where they don't feel that anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, I like the way this feels better than the way my life feels, so I'm going to fall into that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's sad that, like, a lot of times we blame the person, and sometimes it's rightfully so, but a lot of times it's like, man, I feel bad for the person because now they're not in control.
Yeah.
Because they want to constantly feel a certain way off of something that's artificial and temporary.
Well, and I think that unfortunately, because I think the pendulum swings both ways.
Yeah.
And I felt it just in my own personal life swing both ways
Mm-hmm.
to where, it's like, yeah, I really want, and of course, just because my sleep has been totally awesome. And so of course it's the more caffeine, and finally I was just like, I give in.
Yeah.
But you get to a point where you're just like, it's either one, you're masking the pain and trying to like, it's like, I want it to mentally go away.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't understand, especially when it comes to like mental health and stuff like that, is when you have the questions that come out for people who are choosing to unsubscribe from life. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
The questions that are there always make me laugh because I'm like, they were written by somebody who's never, wanted to really unsubscribe from life.
Yeah.
Because you can tell.
Yeah.
You can like, you can just read it and be like, dude, seriously? It's like, don't you know that people will be sad when you're like unsubscribed? Don't you think, like that pain and everything else? It's like, okay, we all know that. Hopefully we all know the story of Atlas, who's cursed by the gods to constantly push a rock up a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or no, Atlas one's who's
he holds the world.
He holds the world. Still same story.
Yeah.
Who pushes the rock up the hill?
I can't remember.
Question of the week: who pushes the rock up the hill? Find that out for me.
That actually might be the question of the week.
Oh,
because I forgot to write mine down. So
oh, dang it!
I put the answer and I'm looking. I'm like, where's the question? So we'll
throw that one in there. Sure.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
But it gets to the point where the best analogy is that I'm having to tread water in the middle of an ocean that a hurricane is just like pounding around you, and everything that you're doing is barely keeping your head above water.
Yeah. Yeah, you get tired.
And you're tired. And like you can do that for a while.
You can.
You can do it, and especially if here's the great thing, and this is what's great about people who do Ironmans, people who do ultra marathons, people who do like the Tough Mudders and the Spartan races and black belt tests and everything else. Like, we all know that there's going to be an end.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, it might be like 4 to 5, 6, 7, 8 hours down the road, but it's only like, if I can go for 5 more minutes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If I can go for 1 more hour, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because 1 more hour ends into 2, ends into 4, ends into 8. Now I'm done.
That's how you beat those types of thoughts, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because when you're treading water, you feel like there is no end. Mm-hmm. But the storm is always fleeting.
Right. Here's the thing, is that for some people, though,
they can't see it. Yeah,
no. Like, the storm is so large
they can't
that you're just like, I've been fighting this for years.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it takes that long.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, no offense. Like, I love all you guys, but peace out,
I get it. I always thought, and part of me still thinks this way, I think it's a very cowardly and selfish way, but I also understand.
Yeah.
I do. I haven't gotten to that point, but I know what it's like to live with pain. I know what it's like to feel with self-doubt and all the things that everybody subscribes to. I get that. And when you feel like you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're doing it by yourself, it's 10 times worse. Yeah. Because you got nobody there to like swim next to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're doing it by yourself, everything's always harder.
Well, and I think, and again, just having gone through a lot of crap recently, I think it's it's extremely different for guys than it is for women.
Yeah, it is.
And here's the crazy thing. And I've heard this said, and I'm like, and I 100% subscribe to it. 100% subscribe to it. The number of men who are in my life who like criticized me or made me feel less than because of the stuff that I was dealing with and the emotional state that I was in is zero.
Yeah. Because they've all been through it in some form or fashion.
We all deal with this shit.
Yeah.
And we all sit there, and we've all been there. We all have sat there not only with ourselves, but with other guys. And we all know that there's no support system for us.
No.
You know?
Because unfortunately, the way it is when, and this isn't a knock on either gender.
Right.
When women talk about their struggles and how they overcome and the hardships they're going through, they're viewed as brave and courageous and strong and this and that. And I think that's fantastic. They should be able to feel that way.
Right.
If men talk about it, they're viewed as weak, they're lazy, they're not great. Like it's the exact opposite when men open up that way. And it needs to not be that way.
Well, and here's the sad thing is that and I'm going to piss off a lot of people right now, but I really don't care, is that it's not men that are making that judgment call. Men aren't going to look at you and be like, well, you can't hack it? I mean, yes.
There's outliers.
Are we going to take... Yeah, but and even though, like, and here's what, women be like, are you joking me? Like, I've been around you guys. You guys, like, call each other a freaking, like, pansy because, like, you woke up and you, like, sneezed and you threw your back out. And I'm like, yeah, you come on, you pussy. Let's go.
Yeah.
And what they don't understand is that in guy talk, like, nothing says I care about you more
than if they harass you.
Than mocking you and harassing you. I mean, I kind of hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
But, the sad thing is that there's nothing more damaging than, the mockery of women to men.
It cuts.
It's
it
like,
cuts
what,
a lot deeper.
You can't hack it. What, you can't deal with this?
Well,
why can't you just get over it?
Yeah.
Why can't
neither one should do that to either one or the other, unless that's the relationship that you have. Like if you have a mocking relationship and you mock each other, but that's your quote unquote love language.
Right.
Go for it.
Right.
But no, I agree. They shouldn't really cut deep into either one of each other.
No.
Because that hurts. It does.
But that's the thing is that, like, if a guy were to look at a woman and be like, oh, what? Your life's falling apart? The hell's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just, like, be happy? Why can't you just, like, I don't know, not be the way you are? Why do you have to, like, sit and wait in your car for 15 to 20 minutes before you come in the house? Why do you have to, like, have your alone time? I don't understand. And if a guy looked at a woman and said the exact same things that a woman says to a man, dude, women would lose their minds. I'm sorry, but that is God's honest truth.
The best way you can cultivate a healthy relationship, and this goes for both parties, is you have to learn how to create peace for them.
Yes. Yeah.
If a wife or a girlfriend or a woman can create peace for a man, he will do anything for her.
Yeah.
If a man can create safety and security for a woman, she will do anything for him. And they have to balance each other out that way.
Oh.
So.
Well, and I don't know if I've told the story before. There was a girl that, daughter of the guy who we stayed at after my house burned down.
Mm-hmm.
We called her Adventure Sarah because one adventure for her is just not enough. She has to have two.
Yeah.
So, it was during one summer. And I mean, after going through the fire, after running into a burning building, after pulling my dog out, like not being able to see, after, literally scooping him up and being chased by fire as the whole entire, like, house, basically it's what's called flashover and everything happened on the inside. You kind of go through certain things like that and it's, trauma on top of trauma. Well, we're at his place, summertime's coming around, my daughter's, young and she's running around and it was probably like the first real day of summer. Mm-hmm. It was nice and hot outside and she was wearing shorts and, And she was saying, like, I love summer. And Sarah was like, yeah, you like summer? She's like, yeah, summer's great. And, I get the sun and my freckles come out and everything else. And Sarah's just like, oh, that's so cute. That's awesome. And she's like, yeah, I got these funny freckles on my legs. They go white. And my daughter looked at him and says, oh, yeah, those are funny. Those are cool. And bounced off and just kind of kept running. And I looked down at her, it was white speckles from basically about the knees all the way down. And I looked at her and I said, those aren't freckles, Sarah. And she chuckled and she says, yeah. That's what happens when the helicopter you're in crashes and your snow pants melt to your shins.
That would hurt.
And of course, because I just kind of sat there and I looked at her. I'm like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
And we just sat there for a moment and she laughed and she says, I can't talk to anybody in this neighborhood. I was like, why? She's like, because people don't know what to say when you have stories that are like that. And she says, I've got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I think it takes a certain person who's been through shit.
Yeah.
To sit there. The best person probably to talk to if you've been through shit is to find somebody who's been through more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find
somebody. It's like, oh yeah, you've been on the unalived, part of life. Find somebody who's also been there.
Well, they can understand.
Because they can sit there and be like, yeah. Have you felt this yet? No, it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, have you gone through this? Oh yeah, I felt that. Oh, okay, good. We're on the right path. Have you gone down this path? Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good path to be in. But yeah, but anyway, I don't know what got us on this wonderful tangent. But yeah, caffeine. It's wonderful. It's God's gift to man. But no,
don't have a gram a day.
Just don't have a gram a day. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
But while I was going through all that and everything else, I did run across it was a YouTube channel that I used to watch frequently just because it was highly educational. It was called Periodic Videos or something like that. But it was the chemistry department, I want to say at Cambridge or something like that.
Yeah.
Some big high-end university, and it was the dean of chemistry and stuff like that. Your atypical Albert Einstein-looking guy. Old, hair out to here, white.
Yeah.
Just look like he looked like give him weird,
big glasses,
big doctor, evil scientist goggles, and he would have fit the part. But apparently, your body produces a compound that counteracts the caffeine because your body likes homeostasis.
Mm-hmm.
It likes to be, everything's all normal. So this is where if you guys get that morning, you're waking up in the morning, you're like, you can't function until you get that caffeine hit. The reason why is because you're getting your body used to getting that caffeine hit at a certain period of time. So your body starts releasing this compound to counteract the caffeine at that time. So it starts depressing everything in your body's systems because it knows that caffeine's coming.
Interesting.
And so, yeah. So for me, that I, take, one of these energy drinks, if I were to slam this whole thing right now, I'd be cranking. Why? Because I don't slam them.
Yeah.
I'm not to the point where I was before. I like to say that I'm a reformed addict.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
No.
FYI, guys, there's no such thing as reformed addict. You're always an addict. I understand that. I'm an addict. It's just I slipped. Fell off the wagon. But if you kind of because I just kind of nurse these caffeine energy drinks for a long period of time, so it's not like a constant, it's not an instant immediate dose of 200 grams of caffeine. It's we're gonna do maybe 25 milligrams of caffeine, maybe every 15 minutes. So it's just this nice IV drip of caffeine, and just enough.
Well, welcome to the show,
welcome
everyone.
to the show.
But let's...
Brought to you by...
Caffeine.
Caffeine.
All right, let's move on. All right. Last week's Liam's Facts was, what was the song traditional Christmas song, or the traditional Christmas song that was originally written for Thanksgiving? And the answer to that is Jingle Bells. So, bet you didn't know that. Now that I've known that, I see that everywhere. Everybody's been talking about that.
Oh, really? Don't you love that? You're like, I'm the first, and then everybody starts doing it. You're like, damn it.
Let's see now. So, okay. This week's question, we already kind of briefly talked about it. What is the myth of the Greek god that has been cursed to eternally push up the giant boulder up a hill?
Yep.
So, what is the name or the myth of the Greek myth of the god that was damned to eternally push a giant boulder up a hill?
Mm-hmm.
Leave your answer in the comments down below or email us at TrueTalkTuesdays@gmail.com. And let's see if you know your Greek mythology. But let's move on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TRUMOTION in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TRUMOTION merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flexin', wear it proud. Support TRUTALKS and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TRUMOTION merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TRUTALKS and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TRUMOTION merch shop is what it's all about.
Thank you, sponsor. All right, let's move on to our top 5. All right. What do you got for your top 5 Christmas desserts?
Oh, man. Okay. So, Christmas is one of those things that's just awesome and amazing no matter what. And I think we talked about this last time. Like, there are smells.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That permeate through, and we all know what these smells are. And, of course, Christmas. And it's kind of fun. Like, I was thinking about this with traditions. We were talking about this before things got started, like kind of like what we did for Thanksgiving, and ours was a non-traditional Thanksgiving this year, and sometimes it's fun to disrupt that, but other times it's like, no, like I want tradition. And so one of my like traditional things, like I smell it, like there's a couple of actual smells that come out, and they're dessert smells.
Okay.
So like when you came up with this top 5, I was like, oh yeah, this is what
I got this.
I got this. Okay. So one of them is my mom's recipe that she got from her mom of almond roca.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And it's funny because I say that, and some people are like, oh, almond roca is disgusting. Yes, the stuff in the store is disgusting. Okay. But the recipe that my mom has that she got from her mom, that of course, like kind of like gets passed down, always, like without fail, even when I make it, I start making that smell instant. Like I can close my eyes.
Yeah.
I am transported to when I'm a kid.
Yep.
Like the earliest memory I have of Christmas.
Yeah.
Like the tree is up. Like there's some presents that are already under it, and I smell this. Nope. It's Christmas. Okay, is my mom's almond roca. And
It's a good one.
Dude, it's awesome. Okay, number 2, which is again all butter. It's
Nothing
really
wrong with butter.
Nothing wrong with butter. Okay,
Yeah.
number 2 is sugar cookies.
Okay, yeah.
Sugar cookies.
Just plain old sugar cookies.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. You get the sugar cookies and you get the frosting. You got that butter, that frosting, and the vanilla and everything else. You start slathering that all over stuff.
It's good stuff.
Right. Okay. And again, like it's that smell. It's that dessert. Everything else that's in that. The next one is again, a couple of these. We'll just kind of like partner them up together. My mom and my grandma would make this. Like I love to cook, and a lot of that is thanks to my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was a great cook, and it's funny because she'll look at me and she's like, "Oh, you're so much of a better cook than I ever was," and I'm like, "Mom, like, it's not fair."
Yeah.
Like the amount of information that I have at my fingertips is huge compared to what you had when you were when we were being raised and everything else. And the foods that were available aren't even close to the same, Mom.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. But she would make Russian tea cakes.
Never had those.
So it's a little round, like spherical ball type thing.
Okay.
Almond flour that's in there along with regular flour, and then when you make them, you roll them in powdered sugar. And to the point where like there's this thick coating of powdered sugar that attaches to the actual Russian tea cake.
Yeah.
The cookie thing.
Almost like
a shortbread type thing.
When you eat it, because if you inhale too much, you'll start.
Oh yeah. You kind of get the you got to switch to filters at that point.
Yep.
Those ones, and then my grandmother made. And again, I think a lot of these are just like old flavors.
Yeah.
But she would make pinwheel cookies.
Okay.
But it had the pinwheel filling on it was dates and walnuts.
Yeah, that's definitely an old person
thing. It is an old flavor that that's there, and oh my gosh, she made them, and it was huge. I was like, oh, those are so good. But again, it was like something that because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
like some of those recipes they just take time.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have a lot of time to sit down and like actually go through and put the time and effort. But for special occasions, for Christmas, it's once a year. I got to bring out the, that magic.
Yeah.
And for those of us who have kids or have had kids and stuff like that, there's definitely a magic when it comes to kids and like little kids and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
When you get older and all of a sudden
so
the
much.
mysticism's gone, and it's not so much. And then the last one is, it's a pumpkin cranberry bread.
I'm out.
Because really,
no, I'm out. No pumpkin.
Oh, this one's
gross.
It's super good.
Cranberry, I could get behind.
Yeah. So and again from my grandma, the recipe you can get on like a can of pumpkin and stuff like that from Lily's, but you use especially now. You can get like fresh cranberries in the store. Yeah. And you just take the cranberries, put them through a food processor. So you get that like extremely bright, citrusy cranberry flavor that's throughout the whole entire. And the bread is baked a lot like a zucchini bread. Yeah. It's not a bread. It's like a cake. Let's be honest. It's a cake batter type stuff. Yeah. Like a banana bread or a zucchini bread or something like that. Okay. But you get those again, those holiday fall seasonings of, I hate to say it, but the pumpkin spice flavorings and stuff like that.
Pumpkin spice, extremely overrated.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Cinnamon.
That's a hot take for me.
Yeah. Cinnamon, clove, allspice, all that stuff. It's great. I don't think it's literally the showstopper that everybody thinks that it is. No. But, it's okay. Yeah. It's not bad. It's just not all that in a bag of chips. No. But yeah, those are mine. Those are like.
Have you seen I don't know if it's viral or if it's an old recipe where you take fresh cranberries and you soak them in Sprite and orange juice.
Oh yeah.
And then you like basically cover them in powdered sugar and then you bake them for 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so you take your cranberries.
Okay.
I actually want to Try it.
I want to do.
I think I'm gonna try
I don't
it
want to
this-
do this now too.
I'm gonna do it this weekend. Actually, now that it's gonna happen, we'll inform you next week on how it goes. Yeah, you take cranberries, you soak them in Sprite and orange juice overnight. Take them out,
Right.
just like get the excess liquid off of them. Put them in a
Right.
container. Pour a whole bunch of powdered sugar in it. Shake them up, and then you bake them for 5 minutes. That's it.
Really?
They say they're awesome.
Oh wow.
Part of me wants to try
Really?
them raw, or not raw, uncooked, so it's got that like crunch and snap to it. But it's going to be tart.
It's yeah. Well, and that's the
So-
thing, because I've with that recipe that I do, the pumpkin cranberry one.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah. Like I've had cranberry juice. I've had craisins.
Yeah.
Those are great. Wonder what a cranberry's like, just fresh.
Yeah.
Because I mean, craisins are great. No, yeah. Have you ever had like a fresh olive off a tree?
Yeah. They're not.
Yeah,
good.
don't.
They're not good.
Don't. Yeah, and there's a reason why. Craisins have like a metric crap ton of sugar after they process them
Yeah.
because of the sour and bitterness that's in there is quite substantial.
So I'm going to try that this weekend.
But dude, that does sound really
Sounds
good.
way good. All right. Well, my
Okay.
my
Go, yeah.
honorable
And
mention.
yours.
My honorable mention, it's almost like a Christmas staple.
Yeah.
Those shortbread cookies in the tin,
Yes.
right?
Well, and if you can find one that doesn't have sewing in it.
So, I was like, what the hell are you talking?
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, grandmas and
The
their
yeah.
tins.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, these
Cookies!
shortbread cookies.
You open it up, it's full of
Sewing. I just bought this. I just bought this brand new. And
Yeah.
It's gonna be the cookies.
Yeah.
It's more sewing.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I like those, but those are so good.
I agree.
And they're just shortbread cookies.
Oh yeah.
I like the ones with the sugar crystals on top.
Yes.
Those
The
ones,
big fat sugar crystals on top.
Yeah, those ones are great.
There's oh shoot, what there I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm moment right now. Can't even actually remember what the name of those cookies are. But you can get the gun that makes
Okay.
those.
Okay.
And you make the batter and you load it like a caulking. It is literally like
You're just like,
yeah, no joke. Yeah, you take it and you put it. So the best thing is to use a cold aluminum cookie sheet pan. No grease, no nothing, because you need it to adhere and stick to the sheet as you then pull the trigger.
yeah.
Okay. And of course, like in the front of it, you take the top off and you got different dies that you can put on there to give you the different shapes of the cookies, where you can do
Yeah.
like Christmas trees, you can do the wreaths, you can do like all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And then you could like make whatever you want, like add whatever flavors you want. Dude, it is. But no, I am totally on board with you on that.
Yeah.
And they are
just come out during
ridiculously
Christmas
good.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I love them.
so good.
Probably the best one is my mom's walnut tart that we have for like Christmas.
You were
and-
yes.
and Thanksgiving. I made her make me 4. So, actually, her and Jamin made them this year.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
technically, Jamin made them.
Good
My
for
mom- My
him.
mom was supervising, so
Yeah, your
I'll
mom's
bring you a
awesome. I
slice
love it.
this week. And I don't know why it is, but they all taste the same. But for some reason, when it's in this shape, they always taste better. Those like little Debbie Christmas cakes,
Ah!
right? And it's like they're the same stupid cake,
The
no matter
Christmas
what
trees.
pattern they put in them. But the Christmas tree ones
Uh-huh.
taste better.
Uh-huh.
So just like those Reese's Pieces, the egg shapes always taste
Dude,
better in
or
all the other
different.
ones. Yeah, they're
I
all
don't care.
different.
Yep.
This is also another one that only comes out during Christmas time is the white fudge covered Oreos.
Oh.
Yeah, have you had those?
I've not.
Jeez, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
The fat boy inside me got really excited. Like,
They're
no, I'm not gonna
phenomenal.
lie.
And it sucks. They only have like 12 cookies in a
pack.
in a
Yeah.
container. That peppermint bark can't go
From
wrong.
Costco.
I like Ghirardelli's peppermint bark.
Oh, okay.
They're-
Okay, fair.
That's really
Fair.
good.
Yeah.
Ghirardelli's peppermint bark is
Oh, dude.
awesome.
Dude.
So good.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. It's pretty. Yeah. It's hot.
I'm sorry, but like, how many times? How much? how often do you like drink hot chocolate during the springtime?
Yeah, exactly. You only drink hot chocolate during the winter and Christmas
during
season.
the winter and Christmas and fall. Oh, this is another one, honorable mention. Totally forgot about this because it was on my list. Okay. And again, my mom. Yeah, this is shout out. The shout out on this one is going to be to my mom.
To your mom.
So, but she would get up in Idle Falls, I think there was a guy or something like that would make he would press all of it, like crush all of his own apples and make apple juice, and so it was like, it wasn't like the crystal clear apple juice that we get, like it was cloudy, and thick. And so she would take that and then like gallon jug that it was, dump it into a big massive pot, and then stick in like again allspice, cloves, garlic, like a cinnamon stick, and then slices of like orange and stuff like that in there, and put that on like a super low heat on the stove, and just let that kind of slow cook. And again, the smell, the half of the reason why you do that is because it makes your house smell like it's amazing.
Yeah, I like hot cider.
And then after that, like you get this wonderful hot, like, oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah. And then last Christmas crack. You ever heard of Christmas crack?
Yes, and I can't remember what it is.
So it's like,
no, yep.
Yeah.
Go for it. I'll let you.
Yep. No, you do like Chex Mix or whatever you want to put in it.
Yep.
Like butter, powdered sugar, and then you just shake it up, then you bake it.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
You can bake it. Sometimes you don't have to bake it. But yeah, and like caramel.
Yeah. The one that I'm thinking is you take saltine crackers and you make your like the caramel glaze sauce, whatever it is, which is brown sugar, butter. Again, everything in life is better with brown sugar and butter. Let's just be honest about that. Pour it over the saltine, like the layer of saltine crackers, and you just like pack it up like it's a jigsaw puzzle of squares.
Yeah.
And then you toss it in the oven or something like that to finish cooking, and pull it out, and then you dump on like semi-sweet chocolate chips and like spread that all over the top of it.
Good.
And then let it cool, crack it open, break it up, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's so many recipes that are out there that you almost kind of have to look at the ingenuity of people that didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And a lot of expertise.
Oh yeah, they that, what is the phrase, like,
necessity is the mother of an invention.
Yeah,
necessity is the mother of
exactly.
invention. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but probably another set of honorable mentions are like all the stuff my mom and my great grandma used to make. They'd make like peanut brittle and divinity.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So those always make me think of childhood.
Yeah.
Even though the peanut brittle would like chip your teeth. So yeah.
I love it.
Let us know what your favorite Christmas or holiday desserts are. Let us know in the comments down below. Also,
and
make
it's
sure
always stuff that is like ridiculously not healthy for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, nobody's like saying like
calories don't count during the holidays.
My grandma would make broccoli.
Yeah. No grandma made broccoli unless it was like slathered in bacon fat and butter. Then it's okay. But leave us a comment, like, subscribe, share the show, all that good stuff. Spread the holiday cheer. But moving on to our Ask a Sensei. All right, so this week we've got some Germanic terms.
Oh, yeah. That's very nice in Germans,
Yes.
Are we talking like after the bad things we did in Germany, or it's like before?
Way before.
Way before this.
I think Germanic,
so very, very, very not nice in Germany.
Yeah, okay. So crass. Krass.
Oh, crass.
Crass.
Okay, this is what I call my friend neighbors. Yes, yeah.
It's a very versatile term. It could be used for crazy, cool, intense, or terrible.
Like I said, my neighbor is
yeah,
very crass.
Exactly. It's kind of a catch-all. Or hammer.
Hammer. I know what some of my family members would get hammered.
Hammered, but hammer. It is annoying or insane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I mispronounce some of these words, German people. I'm not German. I'm sorry. I apologize. Alter.
Altar,
Alter.
which is not our version of altar, which is
No.
to change or
Nope.
some place of holiness.
Nope, not
No,
that.
no.
Dude
Dude.
or bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Crumple. Or crumple. Cumpel. Cumpo.
C-U-M-P.
Pel.
Oh,
Cump-
yeah, Cumple.
Cumple. Not crumple. Cumple.
Yeah, Cumple.
Cumple.
Beats me, dude.
Mate or buddy. Yeah. These Germans, they've got some weird terms.
So, I'm sorry, but you guys lost both World Wars.
Yeah.
So you don't.
Babbo.
Is that Grandma?
Close.
Oh, Grandpa.
It's boss or leader.
Oh, okay.
So you could call Grandma Babbo.
She's the boss.
She's the leader. Yeah, she's the boss. This one I think we'll get Prost.
Prost is
Think like
uh,
cans and
Yeah.
cheers.
Yeah. Sorry.
Prost is cheers.
I had that was a big time Alzheimer moment right there. I
Manfi.
apologize.
Manfin. Sorry, Manfin. Mamfin. Mamphen. Mamfin. You did a lot of that over the weekend, or probably today.
Pooping?
No. Well, hey, whatever.
Sorry. Just came right
No.
out. That's what you said. Oh my gosh.
To eat. Probably a byproduct of Mamfin. So at least I know.
My bowels are working fine. It's a good time.
At least I know what you were doing this weekend or the last few days. It's been a lot of
So
time
much
on the
food.
toilet.
Are you joking? You gotta go
Hey.
somewhere.
Malochin.
Melochin.
Malochin. Malocchen.
It sounds like a card game.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you're doing a lot of this on the toilet to work hard.
Oh, yeah, I was. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Malochin.
Yeah, he's working pretty hard.
Working hard, you know.
Okay. Das ist mir Wurst. Da ist mein Wurst.
That is sausage.
I would assume so too with Wurst. It's I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care. Yeah. Spinst do. Spinstu.
Spinstu.
Yeah. SPINNST space DU.
Spinstu
Spinstu.
is what the original lyrics were going to be for Du hast.
Du hast.
Du hast mich.
Du hast spinstu.
Du hast spinstu. But they then it didn't sound right, so
No.
they went with Du hast.
Yeah, it's
You know.
Are You Crazy?
See?
Yeah.
That's
it
the
makes
song would
sense.
work. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Come on.
Apparently, we're not very Germanic over here. Even though before World War II, majority of the Americas spoke German.
They did.
Yeah, we still have a very big German following in like the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let us know how you did. Let us know, and moving on.
Yep.
All right, question number 2. What do you got? Hopefully
Oh,
not
so
a
okay, so
huge deep thinker.
yeah, well, today might be deep.
Just know we don't
So,
have all
okay.
day,
I know we don't.
even though we could, but people would be angry with us.
They'd be like, dude, seriously?
Hey,
okay.
class is going on.
Okay, Mark, this new guy, he needs to go away.
He talks so much.
Sometimes he talks in circles.
Hey, we all talk in circles. Whatever. What do we got?
Okay, so, so funny story, and this kind of goes back to the story, but it goes back to actually yesterday, when I was like trying to think of like, okay, like, a really good question. The question is, why are certain hobbies acceptable and others are not, but they still do the same type of like time wasting expenditure?
Example.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So, before I started, dating, this girl that I'm dating right now, Cammie, I had a bunch of, I have this buddy of mine. He's in the military. He's big into Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
He's, he basically traded one addiction for another. He was big time, like huge alcoholic and everything else.
I tried playing it. I don't get it.
Stopped. It's if you were going to try to play chess, but then you had 20,000 different pieces that you could play with.
Yeah.
Instead of just the standard board.
I figured if I played it enough, I might get it, but I don't want to have to play it enough to get it.
Yeah, it's once you like understand kind of how things are going, it's a fun game.
Yeah,
it's a fun game. Like, and you get to create your own deck, which is like your own board state. Like you get to create, from like the rules that the board gives you, that the game gives you, you get to create your own game.
Yeah,
and it's pretty cool. So he was like, he got back from Iraq. And he says, "Hey, have you ever played Magic the Gathering?" I'm like, "No, like I've never played it before. I know of it, but I've never played it." He's like, "Okay, I got a group of guys that we get together with and we play. Let's get you set up with your own deck and stuff like that." There is a cost to go to it, to actually get the cards and everything else. The style that we play is called Commander. Which is a 100-card deck. And again, you kind of think about it. The cards, depending on what they do and their value, determines the value of the card. Right? It's just like anything. But again, you start thinking about it like, well, let's say, for example, each card is $1.
It's $100.
It's $100.
Yeah.
Even if you're just like, well, I'm just going to do, there are styles that are called Pauper, which is like no card can be more than $1. And so you have to try to get like 25-cent, 30-cent, 50-cent cards.
Yeah.
But still, like at 100 cards, you're still in at $50-$60. Anyway. So we would get together and we would game. And it was one of those things that, like, if you were to put it into terms of like 1960s male, masculinity, it is almost exactly like saying, I'm going to go play poker. It's poker night with the boys.
Yeah.
Which is like exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I go to this, my friend's house. We sit down and, he'll make food. We all bring sides. We all bring something. And then we just sit and we play and we eat for like 4 hours. So I started dating Cammie and I was like, hey, I got guys' night, coming up.
Don't mess with guys' night.
Don't mess with guys' night. Don't mess with guys' night. So this happened a couple of times, and one of the times, like, I was like talking about guys' night, and I mentioned that my buddy's wife was there, and she was like, they're at guys' night, and she's like, I thought this was guys' night. I'm like, well, yeah, it's guys. She's like, what happens at guys' night? Like, but like, his wife is there. Like, is it really a guys' night? Like, what do you guys do? And of course, this, like, I hate to say it, but there was like a little bit of like shame that came with it.
Yeah, we played.
And I'm like, okay, we're cool, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, yeah, like, you like me, right? Like, okay, I'm like, all right. So guys' night is like we get together and we play Magic the Gathering, and we all kind of laughed about it. She's like, why did you think you had to like hide that? I'm like, dude, like, seriously, I'm not 12.
Yeah, for
and
grown adults, it presents itself as very like childish and non-masculine, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. Whatever the narrative you want to insert.
Yeah, and it's so
like, doesn't attract a lot of women.
Right, exactly.
It's like it's a female repellent.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Which is funny because really, to play that game and to play it well, you have to have A, money.
Yeah.
B, free time.
Yep.
And a job to fund it.
Yep.
And you can't, like,
you can't have a girlfriend if you if you want all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
See, you won't have,
especially if you're smart.
You won't have free time. You won't have any money. You will still have a job.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But then again, that's the other thing is that in order to really like play the game, you have to have like, you know, strategy or wits about you and everything else and think outside the box. And so yesterday there was a card that came out not too long ago, and it was a crazy card, and I was like, dude, that would be a really kind of fun deck to build something around, you know, around this one card. And this buddy of mine who's...
Hi, Sarah.
What's up, Sarah? Who's the Magic the Gathering addict. Like, he's big into building decks and, you know, making them work and work well. And he sent me 2 different lists, and I was like, okay, so I think I'm finally going to build this deck. So I go to the card store yesterday. And so girlfriend texts me, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just out and about. Yeah, doing what? Like, don't judge me. She's like, what? And I'm like, I'm buying nerd cardboard. She's like, where? And I'm like, at Oasis, the nerd store. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, but my bank account's probably going to be worse.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this. Why playing games like this, interacting with other people and stuff like that, having a good time, video games, anything that is going to be like in that realm, why do we as a society look down on those things? But yet, if you want to plop your fat ass in front of a TV and watch football for 4 to 6 hours, totally fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, like it's still a time waster. Like, you want to sit down and watch football, or you want to watch movies, or you want to like do whatever. It's like, okay, cool. What's the difference between that and someone sitting down and putting a headset on and playing Call of Duty for 4 hours?
Technically nothing, but there is this negative association with like cards and gaming and all that stuff, that it's you're lazy, or you have no ambition, or whatever, fill in the blank. But in reality, truthfully, it's like whatever you choose to like quote unquote waste your time with, if that's your way of recharging, doesn't really matter what everybody else thinks. But I understand that like negative connotation with, oh, like you play card games, that's cute. Like, yeah, what do you do? Like, well, I go out and I go to the bars. I'm like, okay, well, you waste money on drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. It's I always think it's funny when people start trying to justify where they choose to spend their money or spend their time. Like, I remember I had a friend, I still talk to him, and I was teaching his wife at the time.
You can say it's me.
No. Yeah, I never taught the ex, but he would always complain about tuition. And he'd be like, oh my gosh, that's like a car payment. And it's like, dude, you just went out and spent 20 grand on a trailer that you use once a year.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me about tuition. So how people choose to spend their time and money, it's like they'll find any way of justifying it. In reality, time is time. It has no basis on whether it's, I mean, it is good or bad how you spend it. But it goes either way. Like you said, I mean, what's the difference between watching football all day and playing Magic the Gathering all day?
Yeah.
They both really don't do anything except take time.
Yeah.
Because you're not playing in the game, and you are playing a game, but yeah, they're by definition, there's no difference.
Well, and it even got to the point where, like, as I was sitting there thinking about it, because we had a conversation with with Landon the other day, and he even to this day, there's certain things that he like had big hobbies in that if you were to look at him today, you'd be like, oh, really? Like, you're a man or you're a boy. You probably shouldn't be doing that. Like he loved sewing. And it wasn't necessarily because, you know, and again, like I kind of hate to put this connotation out there, but it's out there. You know, oh, well, if you're in sewing and you're in fashion and stuff, you're of a certain persuasion, which is total bull crap. Like,
it is.
Freaking cares. And you know, watching him go through and do that, you know, so like grab patterns and put stuff together and sew stuff. It really kind of showed me that like, oh, it's to him, it's like, it's just a different form of Legos.
Yeah, it's just creativity.
It's creativity, and I get to build something. Not only just something that is like really kind of cool that I can put on a shelf, but now something that is like functional.
Yeah.
You know, he was in a couple of different like, you know, plays and stuff like that for the school, and they had to like create their own costumes. So he would like sew his own. And just kind of sat there and thought about that. I'm like, okay, cool. Like what's the difference between that as a hobby or him being you know, I want to go out and work on a car?
Yeah, nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah. But yet there is something that's visceral in our culture that says, well, hold on. Is he a boy or is he a girl? It's like, no, stop. It doesn't matter.
No, we have those like preconceived notions of like what genders are supposed to do. And it's like, no, if a girl wants to sit there and get her hands dirty and wrench on a car, great.
Let her wrench.
If a boy wants to like sew clothes, let him sew some clothes. It doesn't mean anything.
No.
It just means that's what they like to do.
Well, it always made me laugh. Oh, even to this day, it still makes me laugh when, you know, people say, even jokingly and stuff like that. It's like, you know, why do, you know, women don't need watches? Do you know why?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because there's a clock on the stove. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, yes. Is that derogatory? Is that meant to like kind of put somebody down? Like, fine, whatever. So are you saying that only women should cook? Well, yeah, because it's not a man thing to do. It's like, okay, cool. Name me a famous woman chef.
Giordana De Laurentiis.
Okay, but is she famous because she's a good chef, or is she famous because she's pretty and on TV?
Alex, there's another one. Guinnashelli. Alex Guinnashelli.
Right.
No, I agree.
But here's the thing. Like, you look at them and like, I kind of hate to say it, but in the chef realm,
they're all men.
Like, they're all men.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay.
It's like you just like start going down a list of like top tier Michelin star chefs, and they're all men. And it's funny because even talking with women who tried to get into the culinary industry, they're like,
hard.
It is a male dominated field.
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's okay. So where did we go from like, well, like a woman's place is in the kitchen. Yeah. Women are the only ones that cook, but yet. Okay, so if women's are the only ones that cook, then women should be the one that run like every single restaurant out there.
Yeah.
Oh, but no. It's like, okay, then shut up, because all of you are wrong then.
Yeah.
Like, women do not need to be in the kitchen, and it's okay if women cook, and it's okay if men cook. And guess what? It's okay if like a woman chef is like awesome and out there. Same thing as with the men. And like being at the game shop, getting freaking nerd cardboard, like really started my brain cranking on this and being like, okay, like why?
Yeah.
Why do we have you know, certain like hobbies that are acceptable and certain ones that aren't?
Yeah.
You know,
especially when they're not hurting anybody.
Right.
It's like, I can understand if you like torturing things. That's not probably a very good hobby you want to get into.
Right.
But like just playing card games, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and I remember being in a conversation with, and again, you know, keep names out to hide the innocent.
Yeah.
You know. But again, you know, somebody was just ragging on video games. Like, oh my gosh, they're just wasting all this time playing video games and everything else. I love video games. Here's the sad thing. And I shouldn't say sad thing, but dichotomy thing. I also like sitting down and watching football.
Yeah.
Like, dude, football, basketball, like baseball, like, because there is, you know, even like NASCAR, Formula One, like that type of stuff. Like it all like, you know, it's sport.
Yeah.
You know, but I also like sitting down and playing video games. And it just got to the point that finally I was just like, all right, no, stop. There's no difference.
Yeah.
There's no difference. Like, you're going to sit here and rail about somebody who's sitting down, like, playing video games, but yet totally okay, like, with your, NFL ticket that you've got, that you're watching 3 hours on Sunday. You've got Monday night football, Thursday night football, Friday night football, Saturday night football. Like, okay, you've got football going on all the time. Then you've got your, final, your fantasy leagues and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But yet, and like after that conversation, another person who likes video games, like, oh man, things like, and I'm like, okay,
I get it.
What's the deal? Like, why do we have like, why are certain hobbies good and certain ones not?
As long as you're not hurting anybody, who cares?
Right.
So, but let us know what you think. Do you think there's a difference? I don't, but
no.
Moving on. All right, next question is, what would you tell somebody that says LeBron is better than Jordan? I would say, first of all, I'd be like, what drugs are you taking? Because clearly that's not the right answer. At that point, truthfully,
I'm dumbfounded.
It's like you don't
know your history.
I don't think I could talk to him. Be like, because clearly there's no rational thinking where you could be like, you'll listen to the arguments that I present. So I'd be like, okay, and I'd just walk away. I don't even think I'd waste time talking to him.
No.
Be like, dude, if you seriously think LeBron is better than Jordan, there's something wrong with you. So
I 100% agree. 100%.
Yeah.
And again, I think one of the things that you could ask, and I actually saw somebody ask this, and I was like, that's a really good way to ask that question, is the NBA easier now than it was 25, 30 years ago?
Absolutely it is.
100%.
Now, here's the other thing. Are the players better? Yeah, the players are way better. Like, in terms of skill,
yeah,
they're very, very talented across the board. But the players today could not play in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, dude, they get
early 2000s. The physicality of the game would be too much for them.
Oh, yeah. They would literally get destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why, like Charles Barkley was feared.
Yeah, Karl Malone was feared.
Karl Malone was feared.
Shaq
was feared.
There's no big NBA. There's tall NBA players, but there are no like imposing physically NBA players.
Enforcer type players that,
Victor Wembanyama, have you heard of him? He's a second-year player from France that plays for the Spurs. He's like 7'3".
Oh my gosh.
And he plays like a shooting guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he brings the ball down the floor, he shoots threes, he posts up, but he probably weighs like maybe 200 pounds at 7'3". He's a rail.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he's
like as big as this like friggin' microphone arm that I just destroyed.
He's skinny, but yeah. So I would personally just say nothing to them. Be like, all right, and just walk on because they're not going to listen to you.
No, well, and that's...
Yeah. He's undefeated in the finals.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Like,
LeBron has a losing record in the finals.
I mean...
So if you like LeBron and you're listening to this show, I'm sorry.
You can kick rocks.
You can like LeBron, like you can like him, but he's not better than Jordan.
No,
I don't know what else to tell you. So,
in any way, shape, or form,
not spending any more time on that question. Moving on. All right, what's our last question?
Okay, so my last question is, of course, because we've got the holidays that we're right in the middle of the holidays. Okay, what is the plan? What are people's plan of like, okay, after the holidays and after we eat all of this gorgeous, glorious food, and this might be because I'm feeling really guilty right now.
Yeah.
What is the plan to get rid of all of it? Because calories be calories, and my fat boy has like really taken hold, and I might have like gained a lot of weight in the past months.
Here's the truth, like. Don't starve yourself during this time, but also don't gorge yourself at this time. Instead of having 5 cookies, have 1 or 2. And then, instead of having a whole pie, have a slice of pie.
It's like, but it's like the
I
old
know.
Pringles commercial. Like
Yeah,
once you pop, you can't stop.
I know.
You know?
That's why. Or just give yourself a day. Be like, I'm going to eat anything in sight today. The rest of the week, I'm going to stay. Because here's the truth. When you stick to something like that, when you have those foods, God, they taste better.
Yeah.
Because you're like, true. I know I'm not going to eat it again.
That is true.
Or you kind of like deprive yourself of it, and then all of a sudden you eat it, and you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. And it's like, you just dropped it on the floor. I know, it's so much better. So I would recommend people like save a day during the week. So instead of having the whole month where you're just like, just screw it, it's the last month of the year, it's Christmas, be like, all right, have Saturday.
Yeah.
Just have Saturday where you go wild. Then Sunday through Friday, stick to something.
Yeah.
Whatever that something is. Like, it's different for everybody. So, and have a plan.
Yeah.
Have a plan.
I think that's that. I mean, that
and make it manageable.
Yes. Make it real.
Yeah. Make it a real plan and stick to it.
Yeah.
Hold yourself accountable. If you can't hold yourself accountable, call a friend. Make them hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, if I don't call and tell you that I worked out today, you have to call me and tell me that I didn't work out today. And if I don't answer, I owe you $50.
Yeah.
Or something. And hold them to it. Hold them to the fire.
Well, and I think that's, I just think it's a human psychological condition that it's hard. It's hard to hold yourself accountable to stuff.
Nobody likes to, because
yeah,
when you realize that you're not doing it, there's no one else to blame but yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's easier just to, like, especially when you don't have to answer to anybody but the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
It's easier to ignore that person in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because you're like, and we all tell each other stories, like ourselves stories, I should say.
Mm-hmm. We try to justify it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is the reason why, like, it didn't work out. This is the reason. It's like, no, stop. It didn't work because you didn't.
It's funny because we tell everybody don't lie to people.
Right.
But yet the one person we constantly lie to is ourselves. And we're okay with that.
Oh, 100%.
Don't be okay with lying to yourself, people. So.
Well, and like in the immortal words of my accountant, there are only two people on this planet that you should never lie to. And I laughed and I said, okay. Who are those people? And he says, your attorney and your accountant. He says, because those are the only two people whose best interest is to keep you out of jail. And I was like, oh, so, I would have probably said your spouse.
Yeah.
But I see your point.
I'd add your spouse too.
I raise a glass, my friend.
Because your spouse hopefully does not want to put you in jail too. So
yeah, but I mean,
yeah, depends on who you're talking
depends
to.
Depends on what spouse and if they actually give a crap.
Yeah, but we're not going to get into that.
No.
But moving on,
don't lie to your accountant or your attorney.
Yes. Moving on to our fight scene. All right, this week's joke. Take it. You've already kind of told one, so yeah. But what do you call a kid who doesn't believe in Santa?
Ooh, a kid who's not getting any presents this year is what you call him.
It's a rebel without a clause.
Ta-da-ts.
So
That's a good one.
We're going to keep them very holiday themed for the rest of the year. But let us know what your favorite holiday joke is.
Oh, I did. I was working through some like simple math stuff. And so I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy. Like, okay, I got down to the final equation. It was like, 2 minus 2. And I figured out like, oh, my dog can actually do math. I looked at Zion and I said, it's 2 minus 2. He said nothing. That's a good one. Hey, way to bring a joke this week. I brought a joke.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our shout-outs. All right. You want to shout out your mom?
I shout out my mom.
Very cool. I want to shout out Max. Max came by the studio the other day, and I think he's actually going to come into class this morning. He's working as a constable now. He graduated from police academy, and that's his gig he's got now. So, and also Chad from California. Chad texted me the other day. Shout out Chad. So I told him I'd say hi for you and everything. So
yeah. He reached out to me, and we talked a lot. And kind of like got everything there, and it was funny. He's like, so what are you doing? And it's like, yeah, he's like, you still train? I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm like working out with Mark and doing some stuff. And I'm like, try to catch up with him. And he's like, oh yeah, well, if you're working out, here, let me set you up an account with me. I was like, cool, thanks, man.
Yeah. Good for him.
Oh,
all right,
Chad.
Moving on to our final thoughts. Any final thoughts you want to leave the people with?
Yeah. My final thoughts are these. Okay. It is the holidays.
Yes.
Okay. And we do spend a lot of time with family and friends and stuff like that. My final thought is it's good that we have this time that kind of forces us to reflect on like not only what we're thankful for, because Thanksgiving was not too long ago, but also we've got Christmas that's coming up around the corner. Try to make it a goal for this year to I don't want to say keep the spirit of Christmas with you, but I would dare say look for an excuse to spend time with family members.
Yeah.
With your, like, again, if you think about it, let's say, for example, your parents are, I heard this said on a podcast, it's like, okay, like your parents are 70 years old, right? And let's say the average age is 80. So they've got 10 more years, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like 10 more years. That's 10 years. It's a long time. It's like, okay, cool. So let's say, for example, how many times do you see your parents, a year?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, I mean, we live far away and stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's fine. Like, but how many times?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do like a big thing where we all get together like once, maybe twice a year. Like, okay, cool. On the low end, that's 10 times. So that's 20 times. You don't have 10 years. You have 10 more times of seeing your parents.
Yeah.
Before they pass. With that type of mentality, how would that change your perspective on how much you would reach out towards them?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that change of perspective really kind of helps out.
Yeah. Change your perspective and spend time with people that you care about.
Yeah.
And don't just use the holidays as an excuse.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
So, but enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, enjoy the holidays.
Don't be like bah humbug. Be like, you should do this all the time. Yeah, you should do it all the time.
Yeah.
But enjoy it while it's here. So.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us today, everybody.
Peace.
Make sure you kick it with us next time and have a good rest of your week. Take care, everybody.